Welcome to your deep dive. Today we're diving into a kind of wild situation brewing in Gaza.
Yeah, huge developments.
Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar is dead.
Big, big news.
And we've got some, frankly, incredible intel to unpack. We're talking potential successors, the ceasefire talks, which are, well, not really talking.
Right, stalled is a good word.
And even the role Sinwar's own brother might play in all this.
It's a mess, really, when you think about it. Like, Sinwar's death just throws gasoline on an already raging fire. Everyone's going to be scrambling for power, and the stakes are, well,
Sky high.
exactly. So let's try to make sense of it all. What do these sources tell us about where Hamas goes from here? And, what about the people caught in the middle of it all?
Okay, so the BBC, they get straight to it. They say Hamas is wasting zero time replacing Sinwar, which, I mean, makes sense, right? You got to project strength.
Yeah.
And they seem to have their eyes on this guy, Khalil al-Hayya.
Interesting guy. Al-Hayya. See, he's already leading Hamas's side of the ceasefire talks, or at least he was.
Right, which are going nowhere.
Not even a little. But here's the thing. He's based in Qatar.
So, out of the fire, so to speak?
Totally. Gives him a different perspective, maybe a little leverage. Your source, they really highlight his deep knowledge and understanding of the situation, which, again, makes you wonder.
Is this just about keeping things steady? Or is there something more to this al-Hayya character?
Right. And let's not forget, this isn't exactly new territory for Hamas. Replacing leaders, I mean.
Sadly, they've had practice.
Right. It's like, what does your source say? They've been dealing with this since the 90s. It's just the timing of this one right after Sinwar takes over.
Because Sinwar, they picked him for a reason.
Oh, absolutely.
He was the architect, that's what they call him, of the October 7th attacks. And it felt like, I don't know, a real in-your-face to Israel when they appointed him.
Totally. He was, for lack of a better word, ruthless. So yeah, his death, strategically, it's a blow to Hamas. But, and this is where it gets really interesting, your source seems to hint that Sinwar, as gung-ho as he was about fighting, might have actually been holding back the peace talks.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because of how hardcore he was?
Maybe. Look at this line. Israel insists on Hamas surrendering their weapons as the only path to peace, a condition Hamas vehemently rejects. It's like, how do you even begin to
Break that gap.
Exactly. And your source quotes Hamas's official line, fight until the last bullet and the last soldier. I mean...
Talk about a hard line.
Right. But with Sinwar gone, is there a chance, even a slim one, that someone new might be willing to,
Pay ball.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But even then, their official stance, at least for now, is that their demands for a ceasefire haven't changed at all.
Which are?
Everything. Israel out of Gaza, completely. Unrestricted aid flowing in. Total reconstruction.
It's a tall ask.
It is. And, to be frank, Israel has given zero indication that they'd even consider those terms. So even with a new leader, finding a peaceful solution.
It's a long shot.
Massive long shot. And all of that is ignoring, of course, the whole issue of the Israeli hostages still being held in Gaza.
Right. Does any of this change their situation?
It's really hard to say. But your source points to this one guy, Mohammed Sinwar.
Wait, as in?
Yeah, his brother. Seems he's the one really calling the shots for what's left of Hamas's armed groups, which is a lot of power in this situation.
So much depends on these internal power struggles within Hamas. It's like we're holding our breath, waiting to see if things explode even further, or if somehow this opens a door for
something different.
Yeah.
Well said. And the effects of this power vacuum, they're going to be felt way beyond Gaza, that's for sure. The big question is, will the next leader keep following Sinwar's path? Or could this, as awful as it sounds, be a chance for a new direction?
A lot to think about as we see how this unfolds. One thing's for sure, though. The future of Gaza. It's hanging by a thread.